Welcome back to SnowRunner. You join us today at the Quarry in Smithfield Dam as we continue on with cement for the region. We've got 4 pallets of cement loaded up on the Pacific P16 and we're heading to Island Lake and Drummond Island one after the other. In the last episode, if you haven't seen it, go back and have a quick look. It is part 1 of this mission. We delivered 2 pallets of cement from the quarry in Smithfield Dam all the way to town storage in Black River. I say all the way, pretty simple journey. And then we also did 2 pallets of cement from the quarry in Smithfield Dam to the warehouse in Smithfield Dam as well. And that's kind of why we split it. Those 2 are quite simple, easy jobs, not too far away. Whereas this one is going to take us across 3 maps in total, starting at Smithfield Dam, heading to Island Lake, and then Drummond Island to finish off. That's the plan. Now, you join us as we're trying to get out the quarry in the Pacific P16. We've got the usual trailer on the back, which is the 3-axle trailer. And we're having some difficulties, as you may have noticed. I've been trying to do this for quite a while now, and we keep getting stuck. I don't know if it's just the trailer that's the issue, it's too wide, too long, or it's the Pacific P16 is just too big for the quarry. I'm not too sure what the issue is. You can see the fuel is really depleted, so we're going to have to stop for a fuel stop before we really make headway into our journey. But yeah, I've been having some difficulties. To be fair, I've cut out about half an hour of trying to get out of this dam. We were trying the other route to start with and it went massively wrong. We just couldn't get up the hill at all. And I think it's a lack of grip, which I think is possibly caused by the trailer. I don't think it's a lack of power. We know the Pacific P16 is pretty powerful, so I don't think it's the power issue. I just think it's the trailer combination on maybe the... I don't know. I don't know. It's definitely not a weight issue. I don't think it's a power issue. All I can think is the traction on the trailer combined with the loose gravel on the quarry maybe. But I think going forward we can't use this combination again in the quarry. It doesn't work. It causes us more issues than it's worth. It was fine getting into the quarry when I got it here to take the pick up the load with the other 2 vehicles in the last episode. Wasn't an issue getting in. Getting out on the other hand is tricky. So we want to follow this route that we've already laid out. This is going to take us around the edge of the dam. It's just making sure we don't go the wrong direction now, because we aren't going the same way as we went in the previous episode. We've got to take a sharp left just after leaving the dam, but I needed to make sure we took the right exit here. It can be really confusing. I've spoken to student gamer about quarries in the past, and quarries are not fun. They are annoying and frustrating, but it has to be done. So hopefully today we can get both of these jobs done, and that's another mission out the way as well. That's the plan and the hope anyway. We've still got quite a lot to do before we even finish mission. I keep looking at the mission list thinking, there's not much left to do, but actually the amount you have to do on the missions themselves are incredible. We've got a big mission called Super Order coming up at some point in the future, and that is incredible, the amount of things you have to take and where you need to take them to as well. That's the thing. It might be an idea to have stuff brought to a central point in Smithfield Dam, because all that super order has to go to the logistics centre, which is the far left hand side of the map, far west, and obviously that route isn't fun to take anyway, but maybe we have a central point, deliver all the goods that we need for that order in one place with a forklift or a crane to put them on the back of something, take it all the way there maybe. I don't know. I'm trying to plan it out in my head whilst thinking about current missions, and yeah, it gets all over the place. But I think planning in ahead is definitely something we need to look at and make sure we're doing. But we are nearing the top, so we're actually quite close to where we need to turn left. Instead, normally we'd go straight on and then we'd take the hill upwards to get out, but we don't want to do that because we need to take a sharp left here. But first of all, we need to drop off the trailer. We are so short on fuel that I think the best bet for us is leave the trailer here. As you can see, we've got a sharp left coming up. We will go to the warehouse that's nearby, which has a trailer store, refuel, fix up the Pacific P16 as well, and then get ready to go again. I think that's the best option. At least we get to see if the Pacific P16 can go up the steep hill all on its own. We won't see it with a trailer on the back because we're not going that route, but we'll see if it can make it up there on its own. We had fun in the last episode just seeing if the Chevrolet Kodiak could do it, and the GMC, to be fair. So it'd be interesting to see if this can do it all on its own. It is a really awkward surface, and the Pacific P16, obviously we've checked the tyres and stuff. We can't change the tyres on the Pacific P16. You have the ones that has on, and that is it. There is no choice of tyres. Oh, it's struggling. You can see the grip is really struggling there. Diff lock is automatically on at all times as well, so all the wheels spin at the exact same speed. It's doing it though. And this is without a trailer. I think if you had a trailer on the back with any kind of cargo, that probably wouldn't make it, to be fair. Just because of how much it was struggling there, I think that would become a problem. So interesting to see. Something so powerful just can't get the power down. That's the big thing, isn't it? Fuel is really dropping now, but we haven't got far to go. And then we can refuel. I hate this bit. No, we're okay. The small signs that stick up there can do so much damage to your vehicle when you hit them. I don't know why. Sometimes it obviously just then it didn't do anything, but it has in the past really damaged a vehicle driving through them. It's weird. You would think once that bridge was complete, you'd lose these signs. I know we've spoken about this in the past, but it is a little bit of an annoyance that when you fix something, the signs and stuff blocking you from going there don't disappear. It's like in Black River. The exit from leaving the town is blocked off. Well, it's ready to use, so surely the code should disappear. You'd think there'd be a mechanism somewhere, maybe. I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking it. But yeah, it seems a bit weird. So we're going to refuel and fix. That's the two things we need to do here. I just don't think we've got a chance of getting there otherwise. So, first and foremost, we need... what are we looking for first? We might as well do both at once, actually. Maintenance trailer. That will do both. So, we'll go for fixing first. There we go. Fix all. Should do it. There we go. We're back to 100%. And then we just need to refuel. We were speaking in the last episode about trailers and whether, you know, it's a bit of a cheat or a bit of a... I don't know, one of those weird things where we can, you know, use the trailer like we just did and sell it automatically back for the same money. Obviously, it makes life a little bit easier in terms of fixing the vehicle and stuff and refueling. I still don't really know if it's much of a cheat or is just part of an in-game mechanic. But Karen, letting us know your thoughts in the comments. Apologies for that. I am cutting that out. We had a phone call come in and I could not answer. We have that. It's really frustrating when we record and we get phone calls, but I have to answer, especially if it's insurance and stuff like that. So it's a little bit of frustration, but I can't help it when it happens. It's nothing worse than, you know, setting up, recording, get going, and then having to stop because you get a phone call or someone knocks on the door for delivery. It's like, oh, really? And I don't want to start again. You know, we could go back and redo the whole thing. There's no point. Okay, we're going to go down and meet the vehicle. I don't remember this being such a tight turning. I don't remember the rails, to be fair, when we came up out of... this is wrong. We've gone the wrong way. So, we've taken the first left coming out after the bridge that we made ages ago. It's not the first left, is it? I was thinking that, I don't remember the barriers being there. I don't remember being such a tight turn either. And yeah, we turned down the wrong way. It's the next left, I think. This is what happens when you don't put markers on. I didn't think I needed them, to be fair. It's not. That's not a left. That's just a break in the barriers. It should be a left and come out here, I think. Yeah, it's this one. So there are barriers there, but it's a lot wider, isn't it? I don't know why I thought it was the other one, but there we go. We didn't do any damage. We didn't really go out of our way too much. So we need to get down here, turn right, and head towards the trailer. I'm hoping that we've got it on a decent standing that we can get underneath it, because there are times you put trailers down, especially when you've got a low or high saddle, and you then can't get back underneath enough to connect the saddle. I've had that a few times. It can be awkward. I think this is quite a level surface, so it should be okay. It's going to be a bit of a reverse up though. Let's get the turn right, make sure we line this up nicely. That didn't go to plan. Turning circle on the Pacific P16 is so poor. But then it's good in other aspects, isn't it? That's the thing. So the route we're taking to the first crossing to Island Lake is going to be very wet, but I'm sure the Pacific P16 can cope. Hopefully, I wanted to use the Pacific P16 for this long period because I thought it was going to be the best option. You know, it's not like to tip over. It's very unlikely, in fact, to tip over because of how heavy it is. Bit of damage to the tree there, but also the grip it has that much power. Generally grip is really good, although coming out to Quarry kind of worried me a little bit. But we're about to be entering a very watery area where flooding has taken place at Smithfield Dam, that we need the grip to get through some of this. Downside, turn in circle. Let's get back over. Just couldn't make the turn that, and I think that trader's going to catch on that tree and spin round. There we go. I think it's okay. Just this bit's the worst part. After that, it's not plain sailing, but it's not as tight. That's the thing. This is quite a tight area. But we're just like through it. There we go. We're through, out the other side, and this is the flooded area of Smithfield Dam. We've been here before. We actually found a vehicle here a long time ago now. I can't remember which one it was, but we found one of them. So my plan is we stick to the rough road area, which would have been a road before it was flooded. I think that's our safest and best bet to keep the traction going, to keep movement going forward. Yes, it's very muddy, yes, it's flooded, but the road is essentially there, it's just underwater. Although I don't think it's a concrete road. I think it would have been a mud track, so that doesn't really bode well. But hopefully if we stick to where the road would have been, there'll be a bit more grip and power. Power will be able to put down better. That's my hope and thinking. There is enough trees and stuff. If we do get stuck, I think it'll pull us out. It's not ever so deep, so we should be okay. It's just a case of just plodding along, keep going. We don't need to use low range, but just keep going as we are. I think it's a decent speed. We're not really getting stuck. We're just not going to power along as we normally would. But I think we're doing okay. Pacific P16 making light work of the water, to be fair. I'm actually really impressed. It was one of those bits where you're a little bit unsure, have you picked the right vehicle? And as I say, the Quarry made me question my decision. But actually, I think so far, Pacific P16 proving why it's one of our best vehicles so far. Even without all-wheel drive as well. Going well so far. So we've still got a bit more of this water to navigate. So it's not ever so deep though, is it? It's not really much of a risk to us. When you start getting the warnings, it's dangerous water level coming above your engine, that's when you really start to worry. I don't think there's a exhaust port you can put on this. So a lot of the vehicles you can put on and pay extra for a water exhaust bit. I don't really know what the name is without actually looking, but you can put it on and it keeps the engine free of the water. It makes it so you don't get water damage as easily. I think we got a bit stuck. Low range is on. Yeah, we're still moving. We're okay. Maybe we went a little bit off the road there, and that's why we got a little bit stuck maybe. But yeah, you can put it on, and the water level required to damage your engine then is a lot higher. You see it on a lot of Land Rovers and stuff, where they have this, I don't know what they're called, water cap. Anyway, I don't remember having the choice for this. If we did have it, I probably didn't put it on. I think I've put it on all the other vehicles. But I think if the choice was I didn't put it on, or I didn't have a choice. But I don't know for sure. But so far it's okay. The worry is when you start getting that message that the water's too high. Okay, we're getting a little bit stuck again here. We are still on the rough roadway that was here. We may be off slightly to the side of it, and that's what's causing the issue maybe. We're probably getting stuck now. I didn't think this would actually happen. I thought it'd be okay, but then, as I say, the Quarry was the kind of teller to say, it may not be as simple as we think. But it's not too bad. We're still moving now. Low range is definitely making a difference. I think that's the big thing, is just not to be afraid to use low range. Yes, it's slower, but it does work. It makes a big difference. And I think that's the thing, is not to be afraid to use it. This looks a lot deeper than we've been in so far. That does look a lot deeper than the other bits. Yeah, that's a little bit different. We're still on the roadway though, I think. We are because the holes next to us. They'll be next to the roadway, wouldn't they? Grip seems to be getting better though. I think we're all good. I think this is the last kind of obstacle bit we need to cross, and then we're nearly at the first transfer point to Island Lake. Or the first transfer point of the whole mission, to be fair. Come on, low range again just to get us up. This is kind of like a bit of a hill, a bit of an incline. So that's why we need low range, just to make sure we've got the speed. May have switched too early to normal there actually. Let's see how we go. Going back to low range. Yeah, I definitely switched too early there. I should have just kept low range. You can see how deep the mud is. That's all the silt that's been washed down from the flooding, isn't it? Off the fields and stuff. That's the thing. This is so wet. We are getting a bit stuck. Well, I think when this tree's close enough, if we needed to use the winch, we could. I've said this before, but I'm kind of loath to use the winch a lot of the time. I kind of feel like we're just going to get the vehicle to do its thing. Maybe I should use the winch a lot more. It'd definitely save fuel, I think. But then, does the winch use up your fuel quicker? I'm not sure. I haven't really checked that out. I wonder if using your winch a lot uses fuel quicker than just not using it. Because it's still got a motor to run, hasn't it? Which would obviously use the fuel from the truck itself to power the motor on the winch. And then you're trying to spin the wheels whilst using the winch. That's 2 lots of power. Maybe you use more fuel using it, which actually means me being more unlikely to use it or try not to use the winch very often. It means I'm probably saving fuel by doing so. I don't know for sure. Let me know if you know the answer. It's an interesting one. I never thought about it till just now. But is using the winch, does using the winch mean you use more fuel? It's an interesting one. But we're here at the crossing. We can now move from Smithfield Dam to Island Lake. So here we are, Island Lake, and we need to head to the lumber mill to deliver the first 2 pallets of today's mission. This is quite a simple area, to be fair. The lumber mill is quite a straightforward journey, and actually from the lumber mill to Drummond Island is fairly simple as well. So let's have a look. We're going to go to the edge here, come round, and then we're going to use the 2 bridges that we created when we were last here. Well, a while back now, actually. So down this road here, over the 2 bridges that we built, into the lumber mill there, and that is job done. To be fair, the next route after that is a straight route, so that should be fairly simple. But let's get going. The only thing to worry about here is getting on the bridges at the correct angle, because if that trailer doesn't make it at the right angles, then the wheels themselves could flip the trailer. I don't want to go right here. Nope. Already going wrong, despite the fact that I laid out the route. I'm already going wrong. I don't know. I don't know why I wanted to go right there. Should have laid one closer to me so I knew which way I was going. I didn't think that would be an issue, to be fair. It does feel like a little while since we were last here, to be fair. We've spent a little while on Drummond Island recently. But yeah, this was like a bit of a while since we was here. This obviously isn't too bad an area. It's just if you're off track, you can get bogged down so easily. I think this map, more than any other, is one of those ones that reminds you to stay on track more than anything else. It's so easy to get bogged down, and we've seen that. We've had issues with it in the past, to be fair. It's one of those that you just think, why is it so bad? Whereas like Black River, you can go off the track and it's no issue. You know, you don't have that issue. We got caught here again. Went a little bit too tight on the corner there, and I think that's causing a few issues for the trailer. Should be okay. We lined it up nicely though for the first bridge. Second bridge, I need to try and get this right, because I think otherwise it may have an issue with the trailer. I don't really want it hanging off the edge if we can avoid it. It's nice and slow. Just make sure we have got all the tyres on the bridge. That trailer's going to take it quite a tight turn there. It's okay though, we've got it. I'm always concerned I haven't turned enough for the trailer. Bit too much to the left there, okay. This is how simple this is, but yeah, it's quite a long journey. That's the thing. This first delivery, we're near enough done. I don't know why I'm edging more to the left quite a lot. I don't know. I don't feel like I'm doing it when I'm controlling it, but it feels like I am when I'm looking at it. I don't know. It's weird. I'll try and keep the steering wheel to the right, I think. Okay, let's deliver our first 2 pallets of cement to Island Lake, and that's them done. We've got one more place to go, and that is Drummond Island. So we're going to come out of the lumber mill, take this left-hand turn, and it's a straight run, no turnings, all the way down, and then yeah, it's still straight, and then Drummond Island. It seems fairly simple. I don't think I need any markers, to be fair. We'll put a marker where we just need to turn up here. Other than that, I think we're good without markers, to be fair. Now, we've done this journey quite a few times with other vehicles as well, and there are some hazards. You have been caught out by fallen trees that out of the blue just catch you and smash up your tyres and suspension. We've been caught out a few times with that, so we're going to try and avoid that today. We've got a bridge to navigate first. So again, it's a fairly straightforward straight bridge, so we shouldn't have too much of an issue with the trailer coming on at a nice angle. It should be fine. Yep, hit that really nicely. And off we go. As I say, it's a straight run. The road bends a bit, but we've got no turning, so any turning we come across we can ignore. This road isn't so bad for going off the track slightly and being bogged down. It doesn't seem that bad for that. Them earlier tracks are, though, that's the thing. But it's the tree branches we've got to watch out for. As I say, we've been caught out a few times previously by the trees, so I'd like to avoid them if we can. Sometimes, though, you don't even see them. They don't even look like they're there, and then you just get brought to a dead stop. Suddenly your wheel just goes bang. And you're like, where did that come from? But so far so good. Just got to keep plodding along here, keep moving. But yeah, looking at the other missions, we've got some logging to do coming up, the super order. We've got some small missions to do as well, to be fair. Well, got caught up a little bit there. I think that was a trailer, though, to be fair. I think I was slightly off the track a little bit there and took it a little bit too wide or too tight. The trailer got caught on something, but it's okay, it's fine. But yeah, looking at other missions coming up, we've still got a few more jobs to finish for the big companies. Okay, try to take that a bit too tight. Let's be a bit more careful, shall we? I don't want to damage too much on the way here. Because if we don't damage too much, it means we can use this on Drummond Island to finish off anything there. That's the thing. I'm trying not to damage it too much. That's the other thing, is deciding vehicles, where are they now? What missions do we need to do? Do we leave them where they are? No fuel. Okay. I think we need to sell that, really, because it's got no fuel in it. That's a scout one, though, isn't it? So we need to get a scout vehicle to pick it up. I just thought, we're passing it, let's top up a little bit. But obviously, if I've used it all up, that's not going to happen. Yeah, we need to pick up and sell that back at the very least to get some money back. I think fuel-wise, we're going to be okay. I don't think it's that bad, to be fair. But yeah, it was just while I was passing, it made sense to have a look and see if we can just get some fuel in. We're making good headway, though. But as I say, the missions that are left, there's logging, there's the big super order, the small tasks, we've got a few of those to do, and then the last thing we'll do before we leave Michigan will be the contests, which I'm kind of looking forward to and kind of not. I'm not a fan of challenges, and you guys that have been part of the channel for quite a while know myself and challenges don't quite work together. We tried it in Batman and I failed miserably at any kind of challenge. So yeah, not looking forward to these ones. Just not, if they're on timers as well, I find that even worse. Any kind of timer in a game bugs me, because then you kind of start rushing and you think, you know, I've got to rush it, and that means you make mistakes. And yeah, I'm just not a fan. As I say, the challenges in Batman we tried, and I proved that I can't do them. But I'm the same in most games. I'm not a fan of challenges. Some people excel in them, I just don't. And it's not the fact I give up, it's just the fact that I know I'm not very good at them. That sometimes it's not worth trying. Oh! So when I was saying earlier about being caught out by damage just appearing when you hit something but don't see it, that was it. So we got suspension and wheel damage from, I'm guessing, a piece of tree somewhere. Nothing we could really do about it. I didn't even see it coming up, to be fair. And I think it was on the track, wasn't even enough on. Luckily we got more than one tyre, so we're okay. But it's only a little bit of damage, it's not the end of the world at the end of the day. Right, we are approaching the transfer point. We are just going to crest over this little bit of a hill, and then we should be seeing it any time. Where are you? Through these trees. And there we go, it is just there. Let's head to Drummond Island. We're on Drummond Island, so now we're heading for the log station, which actually isn't too far away from where we are now. Log station just to our right hand side. So we're going to travel upwards, cut through between the trees, follow the road round, and we're there. Not too bad, really. I think journey wise this shouldn't take us that long to get done. I think it's been a good journey so far. Pacific P16, other than getting out of the quarry, hasn't really caused itself too many issues. It's been okay. Yeah, quarry was the worst part, I think. Apologies for that transition. I had another phone call to deal with. Yeah, I'll have to edit that out as well. 2 phone calls in one episode is not fun. It's frustrating. It's annoying. But anyway, back to what we're doing. So we've done the cut through the trees. We're now just going to keep going round. Oh, that's a bit deep. Yeah, that's a bit deeper than I was expecting. No range is on. We're doing okay. I didn't even realise I was that deep, to be fair. But the sun's setting, it's a bit difficult sometimes to see things. I completely missed that was quite a deep hole we just went into. The log station just around the corner. We're now approaching the drop-off point, and then that will be all 8 pallets of cement delivered to 4 different locations. If my number's correct. 2 done, and that is job done. And we've been promoted to level 16 at the same time. So for cement for the region is done over the 2 episodes. As I say, if you haven't seen episode 1, go back and have a look. It is definitely worth a look to see what happened before we did this one. And yeah, we've done Island Lake and Drummond Island today with the Pacific P16. Leveled up as well, even better. But that is us for today. Thank you very much for watching. If you're enjoying this episode of SnowRunner or any content on the channel, don't forget to subscribe. A like on the episode really does help as well. It means the world to us as well. And that is it. We will see you next time for more SnowRunner. Thank you for watching.